Alright, so I am at Naults Honda, Manchester, New Hampshire. I just met with Mr. Nault. I think his first name was Paul. And he was nice enough to let me ride, and there's a bee in my helmet. He was nice enough to let me ride a Goldwing Tour DCT model, which I believe is the top of the line 2018 Honda Goldwing. So let's give this a shot. So far, they have been absolutely awesome here. Just super to deal with so far. So. Okay. Okay. No, I'm not even going to have them on. Okay. How much gas is in it? I'm only going to go for 15 minutes. Okay. So I won't stop for gas. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Super comfortable. Bars might be a little close for me, but obviously that's personal preference. If there was a way to tilt them back just I don't know, about 3 inches or so, that would be nice. Maybe that's something that's available or not, I don't know. They just went through a nice little tour of the bike, showed me what to expect. Ton of things I could change. I could change the suspension settings. It's set for rain. I got to figure out how to, I don't want it set in rain. Mode, tour. We'll go with tour. That's probably where I want to be. And again, I'm at Naults Powersports up in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I walked in, I'll tell you a quick little story. I'm actually looking for some watercraft, and I put Naults in my GPS and I ended up here. And they don't sell watercraft, it's their sister store, which is about 15 miles away. And I will head there in about an hour. But I saw the little demo sticker on the front of this bike, and I was lucky enough to talk to the owner, and he said, go ahead, run it. Told him I'm just going to throw it up on my YouTube channel. And he's got the traction control off. I want to change that, I think. How do I do that? Vehicle setting. I don't know what I'm doing. Nope, that's a directional. All right, cancel. Oh, here we go. Vehicle setting. I'm going to keep the traction control on. What's that? As
far as the test ride route, you're going to want to take a right out of here at the light, or at the stop sign over there.
Okay.
You're going to keep going forward until you see Duncan's, take a right there.
Okay.
What I'd recommend for you is you're probably going to want to go a little bit longer than the usual route. Just go on the northbound.
Okay.
Go a couple exits, turn around, and you'll be good.
Works for me. All right, and this is 422nd Street if I get screwed up, right? Awesome.
All right.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, there's no clutch. No shifter either. Oh, wow. All right. So, stand up and drive. Oh, it sucks up bumps beautifully. I'm looking for a shift. It's not there. Is it going to shift on its own? There it is. Seems a little late shifting. Wow, this feels so strange not having to shift. I keep reaching for a clutch and a shifter. I can see the suspension going up and down in the front, but the bike isn't moving. It's awesome. I said at the Dunkin' Donuts, I'm going to take a right. I'm going to check, make sure I'm recording. Okay, I'm definitely recording. The front end is super smooth. They talk about the double wishbone suspension. This is as smooth as I'm still having trouble reaching for things that aren't there. And I got to remember that the directionals are all on the left side, which is a little different than my Harley. I'm used to a directional on both sides. So. This is super strange. It keeps beeping at me. I'm doing something wrong. Had to find home. Well, I guess you can't sit at a light and rev up the engine because you'll ride right into the car in front of you. Sitting still, this felt very comfortable, but now that I'm riding, I feel a little cramped. I am 5'10", 34-inch legs. I have no idea what length my arms are, but I wish these bars were just a little farther out. And maybe they're adjustable. It doesn't look adjustable from what I can see. Great view in both mirrors. I can see everything behind me. I can see the whole car behind me. The windshield, from what I understand, goes up and down. Oh. You could definitely eat up a ton of miles on this thing. It is so smooth. This is 1,000 times smoother than my Harley. I've always been a huge Goldwing fan. I've loved every Goldwing ever made. The only thing I'm not a fan of what they did was they lost a gallon of gas and they lost some luggage space. There's no touchscreen on this. I know most of the bikes have a touchscreen, but being that it's the fairing is frame mounted like all Goldwings in the Road Glide, it's kind of tough to reach that screen anyway. I'm not sure that would be an issue with me. Everything is here on the bars. Everything is very well laid out too, from what I can see. Now I have 5 minutes experience on this, and I've already got. I think I kind of know what's going on. I think. Okay, so the windshield was all the way down. Here's all the way up. That's high. That's like high. Not a bit of wind with that thing up though. I do feel like I'm in a bit of a cocoon. A little bit on my elbows. That's about it. And put the thing down. Quite a bit more wind. I wish it would go a little lower, maybe to here, but that's being a little picky, I think. I don't know what these are, if those move or those. Let's go back up. Let's go quiet. Quiet, like we're riding in a Cadillac. Looks like most of the controls are duplicate. You got them here and you got them here. I'm not sure that would be necessary. There's home, get you same home button, the back button, same as over here. So you got them on the left bar, you got them on the middle. The audio controls are over here on the right bar. I'm not going to use any of the audio because YouTube will kick my video off for stealing somebody's music. So hopefully I find my way back to that dealership. I've never been. I was telling you earlier, I threw the Naults in my phone and that's the address that came up. I ended up at the wrong dealership. So we'll go one more exit and then we'll turn it around. I haven't, what am I doing? I'm doing about 65 miles an hour. It's in 7th gear. I'm not sure how many gears in this thing. So we'll roll on. Not a ton of power rolling on. It didn't downshift too quick. I have a feeling if I switch it to sport mode, that will change. We've got a big crosswind there. Now let me remember how to switch it to sport mode. I saw a mode button earlier. I got to find it. Let's pay attention to driving too. Volume. I can't find it. Well, I said it was intuitive until I needed to find something. Now I'm a little confused. Neutral, drive. Oh, mode. Here it is. Sport. I didn't notice any difference, but I didn't do anything different. I assume that stiffened up the suspension also. I'll do a roll on once this car goes by me. Oh, this guy's in the breakdown lane. Alright, let's do a little roll on. Oh yeah, it goes pretty good. I'll end up right up in this guy's trunk if I'm not careful. Ooh. Wow. Alright. Not gonna do that again. That got up and went really nicely. Wow, that's a lot of fun. Alright, let's put the windshield down. Oh, I could definitely see one of these. I think I would want to still shift. I do miss having a clutch. Now let's see if we can switch to paddle shifting. Oh yeah. We're gonna exit. Probably still gonna have to pay the toll. Geez, it is so smooth. It's dropping down. How you doing? Thank you. Alright, we're off the highway. I'm going to head south this way and do all back roads. See if I can get back to Manchester without... holy crap! This is a sport tourer. This isn't a touring bike. If you ride Harley Davidsons or even the Yamaha Voyager that I rode last year, this is way more sport bike than tourer. Now I'm sure it does a remarkable job as a tourer, but it gets up and goes like a sport tourer. Not even close horsepower wise to my Harley. This has to have, it felt like double the horsepower. It kicked up through the gears as if you were driving like your new Acura or something. It just buzzed right through. And then I used Acura, actually accidentally, both made by Honda, by the way. It just kicked right up through the gears, smooth as glass. Never even felt any of the shifts. I'm in 4th gear now. I'm in sport mode, following this nice Harley in front of me. And don't get me wrong, I love my Harley. It'd take a lot to get me to switch brands, but this might do it. And again, just personal preference, I probably wouldn't get the automatic, but if that's something that you don't care about and you like the idea that you don't have to think about shifting or clutching or anything like that, this rocks. This might be the nicest bike I've ever ridden, and I've ridden a ton of bikes. Absolutely hit it out of the ballpark. Now, if it runs out of gas 50 miles early, that's a tourer, that's a problem. If you can't get all your luggage in it, that's a problem. And I think Honda may have created those two problems. But as far as a bike, this is perfect. I'm afraid of it. It's that fast. Okay, we felt a little bit of bump there, but that was pretty rough. My Harley would have shaken my teeth out there. Here's some more. The front is way better than your typical fork build. This is a double wishbone suspension, I think they call it. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know crap about that stuff, but this really feels just perfect. Now, I may stop and enter the destination in the navigation and see if we can't get back to the dealership. I don't know how far away I went. I'm sure they don't want me to take their bike all day. This is just beautiful. I'm reaching for a clutch that isn't there. I think I gotta get out of sport mode. It's a little too much of that. Let's econo mode. We'll save a few gallons of gas that way. Econo mode feels all right. A little weak maybe. Actually, econo mode feels better than sport mode. Sport mode feels sporty. Who would have thunk it? Rain mode, very soft. It feels very, very soft. It actually feels, it would just be the perfect way to ride in the rain. You always want to stay a gear or two high in the rain. You don't want to jam on your brakes or anything like that. You want everything just to be very soft, and that's what you got here in rain mode. It works perfectly, although it's not raining. I can't test it out. Tour seems to be the happy medium. Now I think the brakes a lot because I only hit the front there, and it felt smooth as glass. I really gotta give props to Naults Powersports. I'm sorry. There was a little demo sign on this bike out front, and hey, you never know until you ask. The worst thing they could have said was no. I said, hey, can I ride it for my YouTube channel? And the guy said, I can make that happen. And he did. He made it happen. This is the nicest bike I've ever ridden. This could really pull me away from Harley Davidson. It's the first bike I've demoed that could pull me away. I do think I would like to get rid of the backrest. I like to sit a little farther back than it's allowing. It is causing me to feel a bit cramped, but I think that's a product of the backrest and not the bike itself. So hopefully I'm heading south. I'd like to see a map. I wonder if there's a way to get to the navigation. Let's see. Navigation. All right. I don't want to pay too much attention to the screen because hell, I don't want to crash somebody else's bike. So we're kind of wiggling our way back to trying to get back to his dealership, get the man his bike back. He was nice enough to let me take this. Which way? South. Let's go this way. Hackett Hill Road, Front Street. I'm getting used to riding without shifting. This is so smooth. I just can't believe how smooth this is. When it wants to be sporty, it's sporty. When it wants to be toury, it's toury. Toury. I noticed a huge difference in the shift points, in the throttle response, switching between modes, between rain, economy, sport, and tour. I think my everyday driving would probably be the tour mode. That's where it feels normal. Sporty feels sporty. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It gets up and goes when you get on that throttle. It feels much more like a sport tourer than a tourer. This to me feels like it will walk away from any touring bike I've ridden. I've ridden the Yamaha Venture, I've ridden the Harleys, I've ridden pretty much all the Harleys. I've ridden the Street Glide, the Ultra, the Road Glide Ultra. I rode a Road Glide, and now this. I would like to get some time on a BMW someday, but who knows when that'll happen. But I think I have to stop and check the GPS, or I'm going to get lost. God, this is so smooth. Now I'm wearing a full face helmet and I'm used to a Harley, so I'm going to tell you it's very quiet. There are those that might tell you that it has a nice exhaust sound. I don't even think I can hear it. Drops into turns nicely, I'm seeing. Oh my God, is it smooth. Oh, what a beautiful bike. Absolutely beautiful. Right now I'm just trying to find my way back to the dealership. Directional over here. Good. 2nd Street. Oh, all right. All right. Doing good. Naults Honda, right? Oh, wow. That couldn't have worked out better. You're gonna let me go. Still reaching for a clutch that ain't there. Oh, this is the nicest bike I've ever ridden. Yeah, if you're gonna drop $30,000 on a touring bike, as much as I love my Harleys, this is the one. This would be the one. I thought I wouldn't like not having a touchscreen, but really at that distance from me, it's not an issue. I did think the luggage was a little small when I opened it up. My hat's in there. I didn't open up the tour pack, but it didn't look like you could get 2 full face helmets in there. If I had to find a negative, that would be it. I don't know about the range. It says 163 miles and we've gone 74. So you're looking at about a 230 mile range. That's pretty on par with what I get. If I do all highway riding and take it nice and slow, I might get 250, maybe 260. This will probably do 220, 225. It comes up a little short in the range. I think my general opinion on it is Honda made a magnificent motorcycle. Did they make a magnificent touring motorcycle? That's still yet to be determined. If you can't fit all your luggage and your wife or your husband on the bike, that's going to kill it. And here we are. This is their place up in Manchester, New Hampshire. if they were absolutely some of the nicest people I've talked to in the motorcycle industry. Maybe we'll do a little ride. We'll see their place. They have got a ton of stuff in here. Nice big spot. Pretty much anything you want except watercraft, I found out. And I'm not going to try to park it where they had it, because when I pulled out, I almost hit the thing in front of me. Hit the bike in front of me. So anyway, we'll shut this off. Put the stand down. I didn't kill it. That's always a plus. Oh. And I can't get my leg back. I just kicked the... Anyway, going to turn off the camera, and thank you again, Naults, for letting me ride what very well may be the nicest bike I've ever ridden. Let me take a little walk around here. You can see my hat fell off. My Patriots hat, for all you guys that want to hate me. Here's the front. Mean looking bike, mean. Oh, love the looks of it. Oh, it might be time. Might be time to move on from Harley. This one really has me thinking. Anyway, beautiful bike. Can't say enough good things about it. The only thing that would throw me is the couple gallons of storage that are missing, and the gallon of gas that's missing from the old model. I did love the old model too, though. That was if you're worried about the automatic transmission, it is smooth as glass. It's like driving an Acura. Anyway, thanks guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you're thinking about buying a Honda Goldwing, or any Honda or Suzuki, come here to Naults. They were super nice. And I haven't even spent a dime here yet. So, thanks guys.